You're posting and posting on social media and engaging with followers that you want to become clients, but you're just not able to convert them into an actual sale. Today on the podcast, I'm going to break down exactly how to do that, how to convert a social media follower into a paid client. Let's dive in. You're listening to the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast, where we invite you to check your ego at the app, grab a cup of coffee, and get ready to dive into all things real estate marketing, social media, friendship, hardship, love, money mindset, and all the things that celebrate you as a badass boss babe.
We're here to encourage you, show up for you, give you a loving kick in the pants when you need it most, and be your soft place to land on the hardest of days. So pull up a seat at our table and get ready to be inspired and start living your best life by design.
Welcome to the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast. We are so excited you're here.
Okay, girls, let's dive in.
Okay, Bus Bench babes, it's Christy here, and today I'm going to break down how exactly you get a social media follower to convert into a sale. We all want to get paid, right? So today I'm going to break down how to turn them into a client. We can be posting and posting on social media and have tens of thousands of followers, but if we can't convert them into an actual sale, what are we doing on there, right? So today I'm going to break it down for you. This is going to be a bite-sized, super easy way for you to do this, and it just might be a little more simple than you think. Okay, so something we need to start with here is reframing our idea of social media and how we're using it. So we talk all about building a brand here at the Girl Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast, at Bus Bench Babes, and at the BPR Experience. We talk all about that and how it has shaped and built our business in ways that we could have never even imagined. But here's the thing. The main goal of your social media should be to increase your sales. Let me repeat that again. The main goal of your social media is to increase your sales. Yes, we are using social media to connect with clients, to build a brand, to grow our reach, to inspire, to educate, to show up for people. We are truly using it for more than just a marketing tool, but within that, we're always marketing. All right, let me just backtrack a little bit here and go back to the main goal of our social media is to increase our sales. It is, but guess what? We can't sell from day one. So I'm going to break down 10 easy ways to use your social media strategy to help you effectively reach clients and to get them into an actual paycheck. All right, so the first thing we're going to start with, number one, is asking yourself a very important question. Ask yourself, am I connecting with the right people? Am I building a community on here that is actually going to get me a paycheck? Understanding your target audience and how you speak to them and how you relate to them and understanding who they are is such an important piece of what you're doing on there. If you are simply screaming to the masses, or you are simply speaking to realtors, but you have no plans of actually starting a coaching business, or you're not speaking directly to your clients, well, then there's a big miss. So it's really identifying who is your ideal client and then asking yourself, am I actually connecting with that client or am I reaching someone else? Now, there's some beauty in the ability to reach outside of your ideal client because you can grow in different ways and grow different pieces of your brand. But if you're truly wanting to get that social media follower into a paid client and you are a realtor and you actually want to work with them as a buyer or seller, this is a really effective way to do that. Identifying what does that actual person want? What does that target client want? Who are they? And then how do I go from there? We talk so much about brand voice and our copy in previous podcast episodes, so definitely check those out and dive into that more. But that's the very first thing that we want to start with. Am I connecting with the right people? And if not, how do I make pivots so I can? And this isn't to say you shouldn't speak to realtors. Building community is so important. And then that's how we build referrals. And that's how we, can be in this business that can feel so isolating. But you also need to ask yourself, am I reaching those ideal clients? All right, number two, this one is so obvious and we talk about it so much, and it's staying consistent. It's so easy, right? But it's not easy when we're busy. So how can I stay consistent with when I post, how much I'm posting? Also, how can I stay consistent with the words I'm using, how I'm reaching my clients? There's so much more to consistency than actually just showing up every single day. So let's start with the first one. Like, how can I be consistent on social media with my posting? And I really think this boils down to setting a realistic expectation for yourself and making it happen. You know, if you're like, I can post once a week, I can post 5 times a week, I can post 10 times a week. What does that look like for you? And then do your best to stay consistent with it. Another thing to stay consistent with is your visuals, like your color palette, the photos that you're using. That's all very helpful to keep your page cohesive. And this is going to help build that know, like, trust factor when they know what to get when they come to you, right? They know you're going to be posting on certain days, or at least like a certain rhythm. They know that you're going to be posting very similar visuals that they're comfortable with. And they know that the words that you're using and how you're speaking to them is going to also feel very consistent. So that really is how we start off with that know, like, trust factor is consistency within what we're actually posting. Okay. Number 3, encourage sharing. This one's a really big deal here. And, we get asked all the time to like share this with a friend and, can you like this post? Those are all effective ways to actually get engagement on your page. So encourage sharing, encourage tagging from your followers, encourage collaborating, encourage just reaching out to their friends and sharing your actual page with them, the information that you are creating and putting out into the world. Encourage them to share that with others. This is also a really fun place to host a giveaway. I have seen this done in so many cool ways, different giveaways, and oh my gosh, what an amazing way to grow your email list as well. So if you think of all of those things as far as like sharing, tagging, collaborating, can you do a giveaway? How can you encourage others to be active on your page and to share you with their community as well? Cast that net even wider and reach more people. Number 4, this one is so important. Establish yourself as a leader in this industry. Right? Establish yourself as a leader in this space. So whatever social media platform you're on, and I'm speaking to both Facebook and Instagram here. We could list all of the other ones, sure, but let's just go very basic here, Facebook and Instagram. And if you are making sure that when you show up, you have established yourself as a knowledge broker, that you have established yourself as someone that knows what they're doing, that's someone that they can go back to. If they have a question, they are going to come to you or they are going to look to you for an answer. That is such an awesome way to engage with your clients and have them keep coming back for more and more and more. Another way to do this is through social proof. So can you share a client experience? I'm not just saying to share like a basic review, but although those can be helpful, but give some social proof that you are an expert in this area. So these are all ways so far that we can really build up that engagement and keep people coming back for more and more and more. Number 5, obvious here, build your brand. Create that know, like, trust factor. Make sure you're working all pieces of your brand. And we dive into this on so many other podcast episodes, Building a Real Estate Brand 1 and 2, episode 62 and 63. Go back and check those out. They're so helpful if you're kind of like stuck in the beginning stages or if you just need a revamp of your brand. But really build that brand and watch it come to life on your social media and watch it bring people in when you're connecting with the right audience, when you're speaking to the right people, when you're communicating with them, when you're staying consistent, when you've established yourself as an expert in this area, in this industry, your brand is being built right there. So continue to work all areas of your brand and don't forget you're not just a realtor. All right, number 6, be interactive. So post to engage, post for engagement. Don't just post and ghost. We talk about this quite a bit as well. When you are posting content, don't just disappear, okay? So if you're able to stay on your page for a little bit or even just go back to it and engage with people, if they're commenting and taking time out of their day to engage with you and all you're doing is just liking their comment, eventually they are going to stop commenting on your content. And this is something that I have seen and I've done myself. Like you'll go and engage with a page that's growing, and then they'll just like stop. They'll just only like your stuff or they won't actually answer your questions. Don't be that person. Engage with your clients. If they ask a question, do your best to answer it. Do your best to like respond to their comments. Come from a place of gratitude. Like they're there spending their time with you, right? And that is helping build your brand. So this is a really huge one. So be interactive and engage with your followers. All right, number 7, storytelling. This is your greatest marketing tool that you have. So share an experience with them, how it relates to them, how you can solve a problem for them. Storytelling on your page is going to build up that know, like, trust factor. It's going to make them fall in love with you. It's going to be a tool that you can use to showcase another side of your business and your brand, which will in return have people coming back for more and more and more. So storytelling is such an amazing way. And we have done a podcast episode on the power of your story and why it matters. So definitely go back and check that out as well. But this is a great marketing tool that you can utilize on all of your social media platforms. Okay, number 8 is the most important one on here. So if you get one off of here, go with number 8. And that is encouraging your email signups. The goal of your social media is to get them on your email list. Yes, it is to get them to convert into a sale, but the goal is to get that social media follower into a sale. How do we do this? We do this by getting them onto our email list. That's it. It is the most simple way and most effective way that you are going to continue to grow your business, grow your brand, reach your audience in ways that you never could have before. So getting them onto your email list is the most important thing that you can do. So leading up to now, I gave you 7 ways to really increase your engagement on your social media, how to interact with people so they love you and you're not just constantly selling to them. You're growing a brand that they are falling in love with so then they can keep coming back for more and more and more. Now we need to encourage them to get on our email list. If you are following Glenda Baker, we've actually had her on the podcast here. She is awesome. She's such a great example of having a really large social media following, but not having them on her email list. If you followed her a couple of months ago, she had her Instagram completely get shut down and she was locked out for quite a while. And what she realized was she did not have all of those followers on an email list. So if her Instagram was gone, that was it. She was going to have to start over. And this is a horrible example, but also a wonderful example in that we can learn from what happened there. Getting our followers onto our email list is so important and something that we need to focus on. So yes, we want to convert that social media follower into a sale, our number one goal. How do we do that? We get them onto our email list so we can serve them. And so we own that information. You do not own a social media follower. You own your email list. That is so important to remember as we go through. Social media can get really loud and distracting, and someone telling us to do 1,000,000 reels of this or follow this trend or, oh my gosh, I have imposter syndrome or I could never do all of this. My best intentions, I can never do what everyone else is doing. The comparison game can get completely overwhelming. But if we ground ourselves and go back to thinking, what am I actually trying to do here? I'm trying to create a brand that makes sense, that is going to relate to my ideal client, and I want to turn that client into an actual paycheck. So I need to get them off social media into something that I own so I can continue to serve at a greater level. Now, how do we do this? We can encourage signups through your newsletter. That is an effective way to do it. It's not the easiest way just to say sign up for my newsletter, but share with your audience what exactly they can expect on that newsletter, right? And then prompt them to go there. This is so much easier with tools like ManyChat. If you aren't utilizing ManyChat yet, my gosh, it is such an incredible tool that can pop right into their DMs when they comment and you can say, comment email list below. They can comment email list, they'll be shot a DM, and in that DM, it will give them a prompt to sign up for something. Obviously, getting them on your email list is probably what you're going with there. You're collecting more information from them. So utilizing ManyChat is really helpful here. Also, lead magnets, which are freebies, something that you are offering your clients and your audience that they actually will want to click on and give you their information for it. We have done an entire episode on this, so definitely go back and check that out. I've also done an email marketing funnel episode, which will teach you how to nurture a client onto your email list. One of the ways that I go deep into how to create a lead magnet to do this. So definitely check that episode out as well. But getting them onto your email list is the most important thing. So we can do that through nurturing them online, through creating real relationships, through offering them information or something that will incentivize them to sign up to our email list. So get creative. What do you offer or what problem can you solve? Ask yourself that question. What problem can I solve for them? And then how can I package this in a way that they will want to sign up for it? All right. Number 9, utilize your DMs. This is really awesome too because we can do this on both Facebook and Instagram. We at the BPR Experience have had really good luck with this, with team members going on and saying, hey, through a DM to a friend, hey, I'm starting a newsletter. I'm new to this. I'm so excited about this. Here's what I'm going to be offering. Can I add you to the list? Most of the time, the answer is yes. So you can go through your friends on Facebook. You can go through your Instagram followers and ask them. You don't have to do it this way, but it is one way to do it. You can also encourage them to reach out to you via your DMs. Shoot me a message in my DMs. Hit me up in my DMs. Providing more information via DMs. Turning that comment section back into your DMs, which gives it a more personal connection and a way for you to then take one more step closer into getting them onto your email list. Number 10, utilizing hashtags for reach. This one is something that we can get really hung up on. Really, we can. And what hashtag should I be using? How many hashtags should I be using? I would tell you today what you should be using today. But if you listen to this episode in 3 months, it will probably be different. So I'm not even going to lay this out here for you. But go look what other people are doing. Use hashtags that make sense. Who am I trying to reach and what are they searching for, right? If I'm a realtor in Phoenix, Arizona, and you're servicing like a very specific market, or I'm a realtor in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I want to service this particular neighborhood. What is that ideal client searching for on Instagram? Does that make sense for me to use with this caption that I'm writing and the content that I'm writing? So really think about how you're going to reach them, who you are going to reach, and then play around with some hashtags there. I'm going to leave you with one bonus one because that's kind of my jam here. I said 10, but let's go ahead and add this bonus one in. And this one is the most important one of all of these. I believe I said email was, which, it's really hard for me to not get obsessed with email. If you have been here for a minute, email is my jam. It is something that I'm so passionate about because it can completely change your business when you use it effectively. But this one's also that important at least. So give them a reason to follow you. There are so many accounts on social media to follow. There is so much chaos and chatter and it's loud. It's like a loud concert out there, like strobe lights and like you're at a rave, right? That's what social media feels like half the time. Give them a reason to follow you. Yes, we talked about establishing a brand and like understanding how that will relate to certain clients, but give them a reason to follow you. Show them that you love them, engage with them, respond in a reasonable amount of time, humanize what you can do, who you are, and show them exactly how you can help them. Give them a reason to follow you. That is the whole basis of this podcast episode. Okay, so I just broke down 10 super easy ways to convert a social media follower into a paid client, which in return gives you a paycheck. So I would love to hear from you. If you have questions, hit us up on social media, send us an email. We would love to connect with you. Until next time, Bus Bench Babes, remember to keep your face off a bus bench and keep being the badass boss babe that you are. Okay, girls, are you feeling as inspired as we are? We're over here cheering you on because you just finished another episode of the Girl, Get Your Face Off a Bus Bench podcast.
If you want more, head over to girlgetyourfaceoffabusbench.com for show notes and more episodes. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. They mean the world to us and they're what keep us going.
Girl, thanks for being here.